Hello guys, welcome to my art stream today. I hope you guys are really well. Hello Malkavian, how are you doing? Sorry about the couple of restarts of the stream. I noticed it was really low res yesterday and it was actually running at like 640p, so I tweaked a couple settings today to try and fix that. So hopefully today we'll have, higher resolution. We'll be running at 1080p again, which is kind of ideal, So we'll see. Either way, I've got to finish my painting, which I started yesterday. So this is Frederick and Fergus the bat. And we did them all in watercolor yesterday. So we did basically all the background, added all the colors, all the layering. So today, all we need to do is add line work, the pencil line work, and just, touch up any details that need to be adjusted. Hello, Ren, how are you doing? I just realized yesterday the stream was running at like 640p, so it was like super low res. I don't know why I was doing that. That is so strange. So yeah, the little bat is probably going to have the biggest transformation of all, because, well, he's going to actually, get some eyes, completely reappear, and I also needed to, draw all the moss in the background. So there's that. So I'll just open up the original sketch on Procreate once again. I think I'm gonna need to use colored pencil to darken the bat because the graphite is never gonna show up if I do it there. So first I'm gonna be using my colored pencils for a while, Haven't touched them in so long. Hi Appy! How are you doing today? I hope you're well. So I ended up going to sleep really late last night because I spent a lot of time scanning in all of the, all of the drawings and paintings I've been finishing lately. So yeah, it took some time, a lot more time than I intended, and then I realized, oh my goodness, it's like past 2 a.m. I probably should get some rest. So that's why the stream's a little later today, because I really struggled to get up this morning after having such a late night. But I'm really happy because now I can make prints of all of those drawings, which is really awesome. So, no, it's really great. Do I have 101 Dalmatians? This coat looks to belong to Cruella de Vil. Does it? I guess so. It really does resemble her, doesn't it? But I can assure you, I would never be as mean as her to adorable little puppies. So, definitely not. Didn't she want to, in the movie, didn't she kill one of the puppies or try to kill them? I don't remember it that well. I think I only briefly saw it. Like, I don't even remember watching the whole thing. Doverkin! How are you doing? So happy to see you here. How is work going for you? I know you always work super, super hard. So I will grab some of my colored pencils because I want to have a look how dark I can go. So I'll show you guys which colored pencils I use. So these are my colored pencils. They're just, they're actually watercolor pencils, but they work so good because they blend a lot smoother. They're a little bit powdery. So I just love them. They're really, really great. So they're what I'm going to be using. Hopefully that'll let me, actually I might put it in this. Hopefully it'll let me add some definition to the little bat, you know, over here, because he's so dark. My normal graphite's never gonna make a mark on him, so we'll have to see. This is probably gonna go a lot better, I hope. It needs to be, because I don't have another option. Hi Robin, how are you doing? Hope you're well. You've got no clue. You saw it like 23 years ago. There will be a Cruella de Vil movie this year though. Well, let's see what happens in that one, hey? We'll see how that goes. So I've got a clean blender because I don't want to mix up my other blender and get it full of like, you know, colored pencil everywhere. You just wanted to say, hey, work is, well, you know. Yeah, you really gotta scale down the work, Doverkin. You work super hard, but I hope it makes you happy. You know, I hope it's still rewarding. If it's rewarding, then it's all good. Hello, Chaz. How are you doing? Whereabouts are you from? Well, going to your friends a bit later to play some Mario Kart. That sounds super fun. I hope that you enjoy that. I hope you do well, you know. Where did my blender go? Oh, there we go. One thing I really, really love in my pieces is having a lot of contrast, so hopefully this gives me just that little bit extra. A little bit extra that I just can't get with anything else. Because the graphite is just not playing nicely, you know, it just doesn't want to go quite as dark as I'm needing it to, so I'd like to see how we go with some of these coloured pencils added in. And that's really already starting to look a lot better, so I'm very happy. You need some rest. Hope everyone's taking care. You will see us all later. Well, no worries, Doverkin. I hope you have a good rest and, you know, we'll see you again soon. You're doing great? That's good to hear. Hello, Melina. How are you doing? You had Mario Kart for your Switch forever and only played it once. Wow. Well, sometimes friends are the best way, you know, to help you get into something. particularly like things that I find that single player games, you know, like those are much more fun when they're played with friends. So, I mean, obviously they have the multiplayer modes, but what I mean is, you know, they're the kinds of games that I don't know. They're a lot better with a group of friends. So have you watched Donkey's videos, Robin? You should see him rave about Mario Kart. He's like completely obsessed with Mario Kart. It's hilarious. You love to come back here right after you wake up. So what time is it there, Melina? It has to be super early for you. Is it like 8 a.m. in the morning? Because I'm imagining you're somewhere from Europe. That must be quite early. In Poland, it's now 7 a.m. Well, you sure are an early riser, aren't you? I don't think we have many of you around here. Hello, Ma! How are you doing? Alberto, I'm good. How are you? Had a really late night last night, but, you know, still got up, still up and going, still doing the stream today. Aren't Appy and Ren just awesome? I don't know how I lucked out on amazing mods like them. I mean, how can anyone be so lucky, right? I don't know what I would do without them anymore. Did I see the cat you sent in Discord yesterday? I don't think I was on Discord a lot yesterday, so I probably missed it, but I will be on later today, so I'm sure I'll see your cat. And I'm sure it's going to be super adorable. I always love when you guys share pet pics, so very excited to see. You're great, thanks for asking. What have you been up to today, Ma? You're not, you're simply a fountain pen addict. No, you're such fun conversation. Whenever you're here, we have loads and loads of fun. Don't sell yourself short. We know, we know. We won't be duped. You have the rubber swords indeed, you're amazing. The cat was in the general chat. I don't think, did I see the cat? If I replied on it, then I'm sure I did, but I don't know. There have been quite a few cats lately, so. I'm never the biggest fan of colored pencil. I don't know why. For some reason, it just has never, to me, it feels, I guess normal charcoal feels like it just gracefully slides across the paper. And to me, colored pencils feel like they graze the paper. And I'm not a huge fan of the feel of it, I guess. So it's just never really felt that natural to me, but you know, sometimes it is needed. So I will succumb to their powers and let them, you know, let them show me the way today, because I really need their depth. I didn't reply to it, so I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, okay. So yeah, if I haven't replied, I probably haven't seen it. Usually I reply to pretty much everything you guys post, so in general, if I haven't replied, you can be pretty sure that I just haven't been on Discord yet. So But yeah, I generally get around to it almost every day, usually every 2 days. So just yesterday was a very busy day. My sister came over and she's not over a whole lot, so we ended up having some family time, you know. Sleep KFC streams, perhaps making some new fountain pen army recruit. Oh dear, you're spreading it. You're spreading the contagion. Do you really think it's good to spread such a powerful addiction everywhere? Get everyone into it? Sometimes I don't know. Is it your first watch through or no? I still gotta watch it as well. I haven't watched, I don't think I've watched through, and I think the only one, no, I have watched The Hobbit. So yeah, that's the only one I've seen, but I gotta watch the rest of the Lord of the Rings ones as well. Lord of the Rings is one of your favorite things in the world. I know it seems to be really highly rated. Like people who watch it seem to be complete fans of it. You're able to share your link tree to people. That's awesome, Ma. That is so cool. I hope you inspire an entire community. You should start streaming with fountain pens. People would love watching that. You love Lord of the Rings is so good. You'd never. Would you guys though? Would be super cruel. I'm not really someone who cares that much about spoilers. I tend to just watch a movie for the sake of the art, so to me, whether or not I've seen, like, I know what's gonna happen, I still want to see it. Because I still want to, you know, experience how they acted it out, how they, you know, did everything, so I'm not really one who cares. But everybody else seems to get really revved up about it. So I've learned that it's apparently a big deal. No spoilers, or you'll grab your fountain pen, write a document, share it around the world about how anyone who sends a spoiler shall be banished, and with that, you become a banished too. As in banished from ever being able to use fountain pens. Misty Mountains is a great song. I feel like if you write a document in fountain pens, it's gonna be taken extremely seriously. Like, it could be seen as an antique manuscript. You can even age it and make sure that it's seen as like an aged manuscript. You don't have the tech for streaming. Well, that does make it difficult, right? Yeah, streaming can be extremely intense on a computer. I didn't realize that until I started having problems with my streams, and luckily, all the lag is gone, but oddly enough, yesterday we were still dealing with some crazy crashes. Like the last two streams, every time we've had a crash. So it seems to be whenever I share the desktop view, my computer doesn't like it for whatever reason. Who knows? But yeah, it sucks a little bit. Because I really like to share, you know, the work that other people are doing. It's really part of the fun in it for me. So not being able to is it's really unfortunate. But I think we'll just have to leave it off for the time being. Vanish from the world. People who see aged scripts can always carbon date paper. Oh really? So there's no way to fake it? Have I ever wondered about making a painting to a book or for a game? I am currently working on my own book, Melina. So it's my Humpty Dumpty series. I should have like a page where you guys can just like I can quickly send you guys to with like a couple of screenshots of the progress we've made so far. But I don't have one at the moment. So yeah, currently I'm working on a Humpty Dumpty storybook. If you look at some of my videos on YouTube, I have a whole playlist on there, and you can see all of my Humpty Dumpty work on my YouTube channel. So hopefully by the end of this year we'll have finished it all, and I'll be able to have that book in my store. I was actually researching that as well last night. I've been just so busy lately, you know, scanning prints in, you know, setting posts up for Instagram, sorting out how to get this book printed, been trying to get some more work on Upwork as well, so I've just been really busy. And one of those things that I was really happy about is I found a way that I can get a print-on-demand supplier for my book without doing it through a certain company, which I'm not entirely happy doing it through. So hopefully this is going to be a lot better, because I don't think I'm going to be able to afford printing a lot of books and then, you know, what if nobody buys them? So I don't want to get like, I don't want to purchase, let's say 10 books and then not get any money from it and sit around with all these 10 books, you know? So I figure because it's my first go and I don't know how many I'm going to actually sell, I need to just need to go through print on demand and see how it goes. You can't see commands as commands anymore. You see commands as spells that conjure information. That seems pretty cool. I like that idea. Hello, Kashnobi. Am I saying it correctly? Please correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by again today. We're very happy to see you back here. We're trying to finish up this piece I'm working on, so... My favorite part is going to be doing this little bat, so... I may want to start there, you know. Oh no. Be careful what you answer there, Kishnobi. Be careful what you answer there. Tell you more about this book. It sounds intriguing. I can try and show you some of the spreads I've been doing. Just give me 1 second. Because I've got them all in here. And I've nicely put them away, so I'll show you what they look like at the moment. It's a really intense project. So these were a couple of the character designs I was working on for the Humpty Dumpty book. So it basically just has Humpty falling through a couple of different poses. The first one has him just freaking out, you know, closing his eyes about what's going to happen. The second one has Humpty in the motion where he's just yelling, and then the last one has him kind of just accepting his fate, you know, nothing he can do about it. Then we did, this was the second spread. It's got a bit of masking tape on the bottom, so it doesn't want to lie down quite flat. But yeah, this was the second one we did. Hello, Itadi? Hello? How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Be honest with your answer. Thank you, Kishnobi. So yeah, this one has Humpty freaking out, so Mrs. Spider just wanted to say hello, but Humpty has a bit of arachnophobia, so it didn't go down too well. Unfortunately, that meant that, you know, he had a great fall. So this side is going to have the text down the bottom here, which is why it's got such a large open area. And so that is the second page. This is the first page, so I haven't done them. Actually, that's two spreads in one. So this is the first page. This one's not completely done yet. As you can see, the girl's just, you know, a bit of scribble at the moment, and she's going to be formed a lot better. This wall took forever. If you ask anybody who was part of my streams when I worked on this one, you will know how much I complained constantly about working on this wall. I am not sad that I'm not going to have to touch it again. Unless, like, the other pages are obviously going to have remnants of the walls, so yeah, it took forever. So I added some vines to it as well. There's Humpty, just basically the introduction to Humpty. So you've just got him saying hello. I'm going to have a bird flying up in the air as well. But yeah, this one was the introductory page. And I'll show you the one where Humpty broke into two pieces. So this one has, the idea behind this page is when it closes up and you open it up, it's kind of meant to feel like you are breaking Humpty into two. So it's a little bit interactive. And I wanted to give him like ripped apart, where is it not? There we go. I wanted to give him ripped up clothes and everything, you know, wanted to make him really, really expressive. So I focused a lot on trying to get that done. But yeah, he's been my biggest project yet, I think. Other than my my oil paintings, I think I've spent the most time, probably actually have spent more time working on this book than I spent on oil paintings. So a large long-term project, really. But I hope it's going to be worth it. So far, I'm really happy with the way he's looking, so that's always a positive, you know? Always a positive. So in the meantime, I just keep myself busy with like a couple of watercolor pieces here and there, and I'm also working on my mum's oil painting, which I've shown you guys a couple of times as well. But Humpty is my main project. Really holding out a lot of hope for him to shine, you know? Great perspective, thank you. He looks so warm and soft. He could you make him a soft-boiled egg so he doesn't break? Plot twist. there is gonna be a plot twist in this story, Kashinobi. It's not gonna have your standard ending. So you'll have to wait and see, you know? Either follow the streams or get the book. Up to you, whichever you do. But yeah, the story is gonna be different. I want it to be a surprise for everybody. Some of you guys already know though, so. He'd crack, a new life would be born, but a more fragile form, a soft egg. That's if he was hard-boiled. But if you imagine hard-boiling a live creature, I don't know. I don't know, that sounds intense. That sounds like a really dark story, Ma. You're really bringing us the grim tales today, aren't you? Dark and creepy. But hey, that's totally acceptable around here, isn't it? Totally acceptable. We're all about that kind of thing, so. You don't speak English very well? Well, what do you speak, Itati? Thank you for the follow, Burberry. Thank you. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Make yourself at home. Introduce yourself if you like, you know. We love meeting new people around here, so feel free. Also, if you want to join our Discord, you're totally welcome to do that as well. We constantly keep in touch on there, share our art, and, you know, share some tips about art, so totally up to you. So normally I don't work with colored pencil, but in this case, it just needs a lot more contrast that I can give, and yeah, it's just really needed right now, you know? So I don't have much choice. Not that it's looking bad, I just, you know, I'm not used to it. Definitely never used to working with colored pencils so much, so. Oh my goodness, Kashnobi, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate all the support. Thank you. You're from Bolivia, you speak Spanish. Well, if you like, feel free to speak in Spanish. I do know a little bit of Spanish, so I can do my best. I'll reply in English though, because my Spanish is way too rusty to be able to reply in Spanish. But you're welcome to speak in Spanish if you like. Interesting? What's interesting? It's definitely looking a lot better. I do need to touch up some of the this area, so I may just do that because I have a slight problem. The horizon line is going like that, you know? So if the paper is straight, well, we can put it here at this line, and you guys can see it is this much too high. So I need to fix that up. So I'm just gonna wet the paper a little bit on this side. because I wanted to blend again. Luckily, the good thing is, my colored pencils are actually watercolor based. So if it comes down to it that, you know, it does get some water on it, it's not going to be the end of the world because it is watercolor based. So it'll just turn into watercolor, which is pretty cool. I won't have too much of a hassle. So let me use my ruler again. And yeah, you can tell. Definitely needs to go a little bit lower again. I think I'm going to do the other side as well because I don't like the white streakiness we've got. So I'm going to try and fix that up if I can as well. Sometimes for me, just sitting back and looking at a painting afterwards shows me a lot more of like what needs to be done, what needs to be fixed. How can I do it, you know? Hello, Francis! How are you doing? Hello, you're a translator. Your grammar and vocabulary will be something bad, but you're trying. Whatever that meant. Something bad, but you're trying. You like supporting artists who like what they do, so if that helps me make a book a little bit better, then that's great. Thank you, Kishinobi. It definitely will, it definitely will. I'm going to really try to, you know, I want these books to be high quality, so I don't want to make any compromises, but as I said, I'm going to do my best to get the best way where you guys can purchase them, and you know, I don't have to end up with so much stock that I can't sell. At least now my horizon line is straightened up again, which is really good. Another Wednesday, another cool painting. It's becoming a habit. Have you been painting, or are you meaning my painting? Well, if you think it's nice, thank you so much. If you're working on your own thing, please post it in Discord. We'd love to have a look. Cool, so that is done. I'm really, really happy that the horizon line is a little bit more straight now. I'll try and put it there. So it's not, I guess it's not quite there just yet, but we can probably go a little bit more. So. Sorry for the translation quality. Thank you, Deepdale. Thank you. I reckon I'm going to add some more shadow to the blouse at the top. I'm gonna try and darken that as well. It's really hard at the moment though, because I can't touch any of the bottom area now that I've wetted it so much. So, I don't know, maybe I should just wait a little. Wait for it to dry out. Do people still speak other dialects in Australia? Always wondered. What do you mean other dialects? What exactly do you mean? The casualness you encountered in stream makes you like art? Is that what you're saying? In 2 years, this is the most you studied beautiful art. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Itadi. I'm glad to hear that. You should keep it up. So I don't know what you mean by dialects exactly. People do have a lot of different accents in Australia. Like, people who live really rurally sound a lot different. People who, you know, are tradies sound a lot different. People who grow up on farms sound really different. So it just varies a whole lot. But those are accents, really, not exactly dialects. I reckon, isn't dialects more to do with like using different like slang? There is definitely a lot of different slang in Australia, that's for sure. So I guess yes. I guess yes. No, everybody's not from Australia. I think only Robin is, and I think we have like maybe 2 or 3 other Australians, at least that I know of. Maybe we have more, but yes, I did go to art school, APOC. But so I mostly did most of my major in visual communication, which is graphic design. I didn't really study art itself. And then in my final year, I specialized in illustration. So that was about the only training other than having like fine art classes alongside it that we did. So it wasn't a fully fledged art course. It was more like a graphic design and illustration course. But I feel like my teachers really taught me a whole lot. You know, they were really incredible at you know, helping you see things differently. Especially like they were great at helping you spot errors in your own work. So are you considering going to art school, APOC? You have a pangram that you've learned to improve your penmanship with. French was a beautiful language to use. You're oblivious to most French. Maybe you should start learning some. Hello, Glitter. How are you doing? I'm falling behind. Hello, Alex. Glad to see you here. How are you both today? Yeah, you meant like all languages inside the country that people used to speak or still speak in regions, but not widespread. I don't think there's like different languages, unless you're talking about like the Aboriginal languages, because those are definitely, you know, still used. But Australians themselves have only ever had one language, and that's English. So you've got a language that you're learning. You can't add another when you're spinning tires as it is. Yeah, it's not a good idea to try to learn two at once. It just confuses you. It's best to like, you know, hang on, where's Zazu? Oh, he's hiding down the bottom. So yeah, it's best to just get a good grip on one, you know, really well before you start another. For sure, I agree with that. But I definitely think you could get a lot out of learning French, you know. You already have such a passion for it, so I imagine you would really enjoy it. Doing well over here, loving this piece is coming together. Thank you, thank you. I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. You know, I've really had a lot of mixed feelings about it. So we'll see, we'll see. I do feel like his form is starting to really take shape, which is a positive thing. But yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about him just yet. But I tend to go through a lot of those like those kinds of feelings when I'm working on pieces, so it's nothing too strange. So far so good, but it's still early. What time is it there right now? Okay, but handwriting may make it less nice. Your handwriting may make it less nice. Join the Discord after a while, you'll send an example. Yeah, it's Ma, sorry, Ma makes really, really cool, um, Not sure what to call them, actually. Like, are they artworks? Because in my opinion, they qualify as artworks. They're that beautiful. Um, I would imagine they're called artworks still. Or is manuscripts a better word? No worries, Ma. Happy larking. You got two at once growing up, and you do end up using both at the same time. Two at once growing up? What do you mean, kids? My technique layering on the pencil is great, adding really nice texture. Thank you, Glittercraft, thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping to get some more definition here, you know? So that is the idea. That is what we're attempting to do over here right now. Whether I'll succeed, I don't know. Since you were a child, your dream is to study fine arts, but unfortunately, here in the country, art is very undervalued. So at the moment, you're studying graphic design. But in 2 or more years, that is when you finish your career, you will travel to Italy to study fine arts. That is a very sad thing, isn't it? How the world doesn't really value art itself. It's so tragic. It's insanely hard to have a proper pathway to know how to get into an art career. It is just so hard. But really happy that you keep pursuing it. That's awesome, you know. And I'm sure your graphic design career will be a nice form of stability until that happens, which will be great. Always is. I know from experience. But it's gonna be tough. So just always keep your dream alive. Return you have, and you feel your heartbeat in your neck from that travel. Oh dear. Languages, you're from Norway, and you learn Norwegian, English, and Danish all at the same time. Norwegian and Danish are similar, so you kind of speak Nord-Danish a bit when learning. That must be tricky. You know, having two languages that are really similar, to learn them both at the same time, that's a hard feat, you know. Not an easy thing at all. Hello, Robin. Welcome back. Did you end up making that coffee yesterday? The really nice premium coffees you purchased? I didn't check Discord, so I don't know if you ended up making them or sharing pics of them. But I'm sure you tried them. Making me really want some coffee right now as well. Studying graphic design will give you tools to pull from in fine art practice too. It'll be good to see how your art style evolves over time. You studied graphic design in undergrad as well. Exactly. And graphic design is an invaluable tool to have if you are a fine artist. I mean, it helps you. If I have to think about how much my graphic design background helps me on a day-to-day basis to run my art business, it's crazy. Like, I can, I have the skills to design my own business cards, to create my own logos, to, set up posters or ads or things like that. Even down to my stream overlays. It's really, really taught me so much. So, as an artist, I feel like that is a great skill to have, Learn as much as you can because you will use it. Not only that, but also the business side of freelance design is very similar to the business side of, you know, illustration. So if you know how to do one, um, it'll have overlapping skills with the others. So definitely a good thing to have. You did. You placed the pictures in Discord. It was hella tasty. Well, I'm gonna have a look once I finish. Sounds delicious. Yeah, graphic design teaches you how to sell yourself practically, teaches you more than anything to value your work and how you should advertise your works. Exactly. Yeah, it's a great skill to have, so yeah, definitely valuable. For sure, it gives you good range. Exactly. Oh yeah, you were wondering who designed my overlays. Very nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, just like knowing where to get a lot of the stock materials, having access to the sites that sell those materials. If I didn't have as much design knowledge, I don't think I would have been drawn to that in the same way. I think I would have really struggled a lot more. But you never know. Sometimes you surprise yourself. Hopefully this little bat's starting to, or will start to appear a little bit more once I add all of this. I feel like this is a totally different technique that I normally use, you know? Normally I go over only with graphite. I don't use as much mixed mediums. But this one had some issues, and I feel like the only way to overcome them is by using colored pencils. So just gonna have to go with it, really. I'm not saying I'm super sad yet. I actually am pleasantly surprised by the colored pencil. I feel like it's giving a really nice, soft and smooth technique and really helping me achieve those folds in a beautiful way. So I'm excited to see what it turns out as. Yeah, it's mesmerizing to watch. Thank you. Very nice to be here, but the time you think is very different, and good where you live is in the early leave. So you have to leave to go to work or university. It was very nice to be here and to have love. You will continue to see me as much as you can and practice your English more, you promise. Well, thank you, Itadi. Thank you so much for being here and, you know, joining us and talking as much as you were comfortable with. We really enjoyed your company and you brought some really interesting conversations to the table as well, so it was really fun to have you here. Yeah, please join our Discord, Itadi. Do I work in different mediums or do I tend to stick to watercolors and such? I actually work in oils, I work in graphite and watercolor, so I don't really play around with much else. The only other things I incorporate are, you know, colored pencils, Copics, and a little bit of gouache, but we don't talk about the gouache because I refuse to admit that I use it because I despise that medium. So we won't talk about the gouache. It's a forbidden word on this stream. But no, it's a very versatile medium when you really need it. Especially great for adding little highlights on, you know, projects like this one that are based in watercolor. I feel like it does a really great job with that, so. As much as I hate it, I also don't totally hate it. Careful not to be banned, Ma. Careful not to be banned. It looks like a bat now for sure. Thank you, Elasti. It's gonna look even better once the highlights come in. So you'll know. You know, it's gonna... Hopefully it's gonna pop. We'll see. You might get bonked with one of those swords. Highlights are always so fun to add. I know, right? It's like the part where the whole thing comes together. Do I have a piece I've done in the past that I am most proud of? Yeah, I have. I can send you a link because it's a little bit hard for me to get to it right now without like completely unraveling the whole stream. So I'll send a link to my Instagram and you'll be able to have a look. So I actually have two pieces, so I'll send you a link to both of them. So one of them isn't fully done yet, but you can see a little bit of it being done. And trying to find somewhere where I've got my alien painting, but not as a print, because everywhere I've just got alien as a print, not fully finished. There we go. Oh, that's not completely finished. I'll just have to send you a pic of the print, because it seems like I haven't actually posted the full version of Alien. So, I'll drop 2 links in the chat. This first one is my Arachnids choreography. That's one of the pieces I'm most proud of. And that one was done in oils. And I'll send you the second one, which is a print of an acrylic painting. But that one was done completely in acrylics. It was my first ever acrylic painting that I finished, so I was really proud of that one. Yeah, no, I love answering questions, like Rin said. It's totally fine. We love talking about art on here, so don't feel bad for asking questions, you know. Anything we can share is amazing. But yeah, those 2 are my favorite pieces of all, so. It's a funny thing, because the alien one was actually done as a, what do you call it? A practice run for the painting I'm doing for my mom, the foul play one, but with the guinea fowl. But because I was practicing so much and I was just insistent on getting it right, it ended up being a fully fledged painting and ended up being a really nice painting. So I spent a lot more time on it than I originally intended for just a practice run. But you know, that's how we learn and actually end up with things we're proud of, so I'm not all too sad about it. Would I like a command that links to these pieces for when people ask that in the future? Yeah, please do, Ren, please do. That would be wonderful. How are you going with the move, by the way? I would have imagined you'd be so busy and not really able to be on the streams today. I hope things are going well and smooth. Thank you for the follow, Angel Baby. Really appreciate that. Please sit down, join our vampire tea party. You know, all welcome here. The alien is one of your favorites too. Yeah, I really loved working on the alien one. Would I believe you if you told me you didn't have an Instagram? Not really. That's not all too strange. I've actually met quite a few people who don't have Instagram, and I don't blame you. It's not a great platform to be on. I'm not a huge fan, but you know, it is what it is. It's a necessary evil for us artists, so put up with what we have to. I much prefer Twitch. You know, much prefer Twitch. Does the ballerina and alien pieces have names I refer to them as? Yeah, so I think the alien painting is called Welcome to Earth, and the ballerina one is called the Arachnids choreography. So thank you so much, Ren. Really appreciate that. You're always so thoughtful of everything. You think of things I don't even think of. Always helping improve the stream here for us. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing? You love that fluffy jacket. I look like a pop star. Thank you. Thank you. It's so warm. My mom got it from a secondhand store and she just didn't feel like it fit her very well. So she handed it down to me and I was like, no way, this is going in, going to be chucked away. I'm gonna grab it, and it is so comfy and so soft and warm. I love it. I feel like if we didn't have colored pencil for this one, I would never have gotten this beautiful effect. So I'm very, very happy that I've done that. You're doing pretty good. About to wash some dishes. I love watching streams when I do the dishes. It's so relaxing. Also helps you feel like you're not actually doing work, which is a bonus. We'll have some work to do on his face, and I don't really have a brown. I've only got this this dark colored black, which is, it's quite dark. And I don't want to go too dark, but the contrast is really helping this piece a lot, so really bringing it to life. Thank you, Rin. Thank you so much for doing that. All set. Thank you so much, Rin. You gotta go. Thanks for the stream. See us, everyone. Well, thank you, Robin, for stopping by. Hope you enjoy your coffees. And I hope you enjoy your game of Mario Kart. Sounds like a great way to spend an afternoon like this. It's so crazy. Sometimes I think back on the times when I was at university and I think about the kind of art that I used to create. And it was so different. You know, I was a completely digital artist. My drawings were completely in a completely different style and everything. And yeah, it's just crazy to think about like how much your art style can transform, you know? It's insane. Makes me wonder sometimes, is it still gonna change, you know? Am I gonna transform my style into something completely different in the next few years, or what's it gonna be like? How do I feel my art style changed over time? Um, well, I started drawing little kids a lot more, so when I was at uni, I used to draw a lot more, I guess, teenage aged people. Um, and I always drew them in like kind of punk, baggy clothes and things like that. I really like playing around with really exaggerated shapes and lines and curvy styled, you know, body proportions and things like that. And I think over time I just started developing a real passion for the pop surrealist style, and also I wanted to get into children's books, so a lot of my art got more focused on, you know, drawing little kids and, you know, painting kids. So yeah, a younger audience, well, not a younger audience, a younger subjects that I started painting, um, and yeah, just different styles really, because pop surrealism is very different from drawing punk styled cartoons. So, and that's essentially what I was doing. So if you want to see some of my old work, it's on DeviantArt, and that's about the only place you can see it. So you wanna have a look at that and see what my art used to look like. Those are some of my earlier works. So pop surrealism is so much fun. It really is, yeah. My character development is awesome. They have a lot of personality in their expressions. Thank you. I really do try to make them full of life, you know, give them a lot of that personality, as you say. So, nice to hear that it does show through, you know. What do you like to draw normally, Glittercraft? Thank you for the follow, Rasa Trumps of Dallas. That is one crazy name. Thank you for the follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. We'd love to you know, we'd love to make new friends and learn more about you. Well, you shall be off. It's past midnight here. Have a good rest of my day, all. Humpty is looking great. Can't wait to see more. Well, thank you so much again for your sub, Kishnobi. I really appreciate that. Normally I do stream earlier. I am so sorry that today is such a late stream and you could only catch part of it. But thank you for being here anyway. Really appreciate that. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow we'll have another stream, so. You love how much thought and detail I put into my characters. Thank you, Abby. Thank you. You're really inspired by flowers and florals right now. Those can be super hard to draw really well, especially roses. I don't know. Roses are one of the trickiest flowers to do. At least, that's how I feel. Roses are insane, I know. You didn't realize how many types of roses there are until recently. When you started drawing them, that's when you found out. It's crazy how much art can open up your eyes to the life around you, world around you. It's really crazy. What are your favorite types of flowers to paint, Glittercraft? You took a virtual floral drawing class recently, and it was fun to study all the different forms. Yeah, I remember you telling us that. I'm glad you got so much out of it. Do you know how many people took part in it? It will be great to do art classes in person again if you're in the States. That would be awesome. It's so much more, I don't know, inspiring when you're around other artists and get to create with them alongside them. I really miss that about uni. Camilla flowers. I don't know those. Don't know those at all. But I'm sure they're very beautiful. You felt bad when the instructor made jokes and everyone was on mute. Um, oh, you mean like the instructor didn't realize everyone was muted and not reacting? Yeah, it's great to be in the same energy space. That is so true. Yeah, you can really like just jump off of other artists and properly enjoy what they do, and share that inspiration when you're in person together. Where does a cow hang his best paintings? In a museum, of course. Oh, Khan would really enjoy that joke. If Khan were here, you should definitely tell him that one. He's totally into the pun kind of thing, so that's a good one. Glad I enjoyed it. You're off to deliver more bad puns or jokes to other random channels. Have a good day or night. Well, thank you, Fan Fisher, for spreading your cringy puns to us. I hope you spread the cringe all around Twitch. Frederick's hair is looking awesome. It's beautifully tousled. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot more definition since I added the graphite, hasn't it? It's crazy how much it does to a piece. It's always the part where the whole painting comes to life. And you add the little graphite details in. Very unique art style. Thank you, Obnomer. Really appreciate that. Whereabouts are you from? You're going to head out. It's 11:30 here and you guess you need to work tomorrow. Thank you for the stream. Lovely to chat to all of us today. Well, thank you, Glittercraft. I really appreciate you stopping by. I am sorry that today's stream was a lot later than the normal time. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be up, you know, super early and we can have a much more timely stream again. But some of those of you, like Ren and Appy, don't sleep. So, you know. Wait, what is sleep? Exactly my point. You guys don't even know what it is. That is so good. Thank you, Hell Mockery. Thank you so much. Whereabouts are you from? Okay, so I reckon it might be time for us to start the graphite section. So I'll have a look. Sorry, the gouache section. Normally I don't start the gouache this early, but I feel like I'm really needing it to properly help me, you know, understand where the highlight should be and how dark I should still go. So I'm gonna just go for it. And I feel like the gouache is probably gonna make a lot of these sections just beautifully pop. That's the idea anyway, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with his eyes because that is the area I want to give the most life to. There we go. I mean, already he's starting to get so much more life to him. I feel like I need thinner brush. This one is just not quite what I need right now, so how am I? Thanks for raiding Cody yesterday, or you wouldn't have seen my stream. Well, I love Cody's streams, Hell Mockery. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to raid him. I think normally he usually raided me in the past because I used to stream a lot later in the day, but now my schedule is a little bit earlier, so we should be raiding him a lot more. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Sorry you missed what I said, it lagged out. I was just thanking you for your compliments. Really appreciate that. So whereabouts are you from, Hell Mockery? Oh, you are from Washington, D.C. You started drawing for the first time mid last year, and you want to eventually paint. That sounds amazing. You really should go for it. You definitely should. Well, this little bat is not going to be easy. I can already know that, but We just want to give the bat a little bit more highlights just here and there because he's lost himself a lot to the background, and he doesn't have a lot of contrast at the moment, so if I can, you know, just get a little bit more just shape to him, I'd be very, very happy. You're from Washington, you're from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Well, you are not the only Canadian we've got here. Ren, our moderator, is also from Canada. So, yeah. So how did the rest of Cody's stream go yesterday? Did he get a lot done? Right, so I want to try and add tiny little highlights, very, very tiny highlights to my bat's eyes. But just so he looks like he's alive, you know? He is so, so small. It's ridiculous to work on him. So now he just has a little bit more form to him, you know? He doesn't look as dark as he looked before, which is in this case what we are after, so But yeah, I'm very, very happy with his progress. Yeah, he almost finished his drawing. That's great, that's great. It was looking so good. I loved the one he did of the beheaded bat person. That one was so cool. You love bats, such nice looking creatures. Funny thing is, I used to hate them. And then my boyfriend showed me these really cute pictures of them, and I was like, damn, they're adorable. And then he told me they don't eat other animals, they're like mostly vegetarian. I was like, oh, they're so cute. You know? How could I possibly hate them? That wasn't meant to go so dark. And this is why I keep separate blenders, guys. Because your blenders get very dirty and they pick up the wrong things sometimes. Thank you for the follow, Obnomo. Really appreciate that. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. We'd love to get to know you properly. So he's really made a ton of progress since we started him. I'm really happy with that. And I've also improved the contrast in the top area as well, which was a bit of a problem at first, so solved 2 issues in 1, which is great. He's had such a transformation, hasn't he? It's crazy. Definitely coming along so well. I'm so happy with him. This morning when I looked at him, I wasn't feeling all the best about him. I felt like there just was something that was too unrefined, that looked too messy, and just didn't look like a polished, finished illustration. So I wasn't in the best mood starting him out, but I'm definitely a lot happier with where he's at right now. So always a positive, you know? Thank you for the follow, Kez Bradley. Really appreciate that. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. You really need to get back into doing art. It's been a year. You really should. You should do some of Cody's, weekly draw-alongs. Do some of those prompts. I've done them and they are so much fun. I'm sure you'll get a lot out of it. It's a great way to start. You know, you feel accountable. You have a bit of a deadline. So you feel like you're part of a community. It's a great way. How do I always get these graphite lines on my work? It baffles me. I have no idea where they come from. Oh well. You're going to do his next one. So do you know what prompt that one would be yet? My style is unique and gorgeous. Thank you, Kez Bradley. Really appreciate it. And thank you for the follow. I'm so lucky to have you here. Right, so I think it's time to give his face a little bit more definition. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of a highlight to his tiny little nose over there as well. Thank you for the follow, Globs. Really appreciate that. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Just watching while getting ready. It's 7:50 a.m. here. Oh, so you must be from Europe somewhere then. Well, thank you so much for being here on my stream today. I really appreciate your company. Are you heading off to work or where are you heading off to? Oh, he said it will be announced on Monday. Right, okay. So you don't know yet. Well, he always has awesome prompts to work on, so no matter what it is, I know it's gonna be a fun one to do. The highlights on the bat look so good. Thank you, Rune. Thank you. This is coming along so well. Thanks, Abby. You guys are such awesome encouragement. At least now he has just a little bit more highlights to those pants of his. You know. What is my favorite vampire movie if I have one? I actually haven't watched any vampire movies. So if you have any good recommendations, DM me on Discord or just like drop a link in Discord because I need suggestions. I haven't even watched Dracula, so I'm pretty horrible. You really love The Lost Boys. It's so goofy. Okay, I gotta watch that one. Isn't the movie Let Me In a vampire movie? I've been curious to watch that one, but I've not really, paid much attention to what it's all about. So I feel like he is essentially done. So it's time for me to add the moths in. So the crucial decision now is, am I happy with this background? Or do I want to do something more about it? So I need to decide because I can't really go over it too much once I've done the moths. I am pretty happy with him though. He's looking good. He's looking really good. I love his face. I love how the bat is really standing out against the background. So that's beautiful. Not sure what I'm gonna do. Because one thing that's kind of bothering me is how I've got this cutout separation between the top and the bottom. So I reckon I'm gonna try and do something about that. So I want to mix up some darker watercolor and actually darken the bottom area. So once again, we're going to do what we always do, wet the paper, because I want that beautiful smooth blending. There we go, all done. Nice. Okay, so time to darken it up because I need to have a darker background, so I'm going to mix some brown and some green and go with nice dirty light color. We need to go way darker. It's always a bit tricky. Why is Zazu so scared outside? He's really freaked out by something. I don't know what. I once had this dog that came and like attacked him right outside his cage and it freaked me out so bad, but I yelled at the dog and it just left. It didn't keep bothering him, so. It was a really big dog too, so if it was actually aggressive, I would have had so much trouble, but I wasn't worried at all. There we go. So now the background is just, you know, not as much of a cutout. So I just really, really prefer that. I don't reckon what I might do is just add some more little like tree-like objects in the back. So like here. Hopefully they bleed out nicely. Because I just want to show that there's some shrubs. So I'm thinking of adding, you know, lots of different grasses and things later on. But I'm hoping that this will, you know, just do a little bit. Just enough to add some interest. Fish neck to protect her baby. Yeah, I was like, damn, if that dog wanted to have a fight, you know, I would have really struggled because it was huge. But I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I was so scary running out because all I thought about is it's, you know, if it freaks us out too much, he could actually die from shock. So I didn't want anything to happen to him. And he's dumb enough to break a wing flapping around in his cage. So yeah, not gonna take that chance. But yeah, the grasses are definitely helping, you know, set the scene, add some, you know, add some horizon and everything. So once it dries, I'm going to add little detailed grasses as well. Hopefully that'll just bring the whole thing in. We will see. I think I'm going to add just some pebbles in the front if I can. Those crazy Australian dogs. I know. Oh, I just shouldn't watch Twilight. Okay. I started watching it at a friend's place and I was horrified, so don't worry. I am not into that kind of cringe. It's not my thing. Not keen on that. I like proper horror movies, not teenage romance. Lost Boys is great. If I want an artsy one, one girl walks home alone at night and it's a good Iranian movie. I think I've heard of that one. That rings a bell, yeah. Don't watch Let Me In, watch Let the Right One In. It's the Swedish original version. Is it in English though? The Hollywood remake was terrible. Okay. I've seen them both and I was like, is one of them a second, like a number two? Or what's the thing? Nosferatu is the great classic. I have to see that one, yeah. But yeah, I don't know, it's shocking. I haven't seen many vampire movies at all. We fight for Zazu out here. We do, exactly, exactly. We will risk our lives for little Zazu. You like how my girls and their creatures always look mischievous, but this boy here seems pretty chill, like he's back. Well, people were saying that he knows where a body has been hidden. But yeah, I really just want my children to be like free, full of imagination, free to be themselves and happy, you know. So if I can achieve that in my artwork, that is exactly what I've intended, you know. You really like my vampire girl walking her butt on my Instagram. Are you meaning the marionette one? Queen of the Damned is good as well. What's that about? Man, I gotta see more of these. Look at, guys, have a look at the beautiful blacking I've gotten from that watercolor. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I am much, much happier with this background now. I definitely just feel like it works much better. So it is time. I reckon it's dry enough. So it's time for me to add a couple more details. So I'm going to add some little grasses. Okay, so time to add the bats as well. Sorry, the moths, because now it's beautifully dark enough. Definitely showing a lot better on that screen. On this screen, the colors look quite terrible. So luckily, I have the two screens to help out. Yeah, it was the marionette bat. That one was part of my Drawloween series. So every October, I take part in Drawloween and I do a drawing every day. So it's going to be a busy time of month for me as well this year. But I really enjoy it. I get so much out of it. So I keep wanting to do it. He's like, oh, I don't know where the teacher went. Is standing next to a shovel and dirt. True, true. Okay, so I am kind of nervous about this part because, well, placing them is going to be tricky. And I'm going to have to do it with gouache because there really is no other way to salvage having painted over certain sections, you know? So I'm just going to do my best and add these little moths back in. Is Azu too loud for you guys, or is he okay? Because I don't know how loud he is sounding to you guys at the moment. He's pretty loud to me. He's fine. No, you love hearing Zazu. He's been so reluctant lately to be in the studio. I don't know what happened. I don't know. We've just not been on great terms, you know. But yeah, glad to hear he's not too loud. Because he can get pretty rowdy sometimes, you know. Cool. So I have a couple more. Some of them are slightly hiding behind his leg. And then they sort of just tend to trail off into the distance here. I'm really loving them off. They add so much to the piece. It's crazy. You wonder what Zazu's talking about? Who knows? Usually he talks in like a human voice. Just this voice of his is much less entertaining. Yeah, he's not been the happiest lately. I don't know. I mean, yesterday we played together, had breakfast together, and he seemed pretty okay, but he woke up really grumpy this morning. So, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with him today. Cool, so we have our moss guys. Look at these guys. They're amazing. So cute. I feel like in the original composition, I didn't exactly need another, but I feel like this one is really just needing something a little more to break that strange kind of feel that it had before. So you love it? Thank you. You used to have parakeets when you were a kid named Jasmine and Aladdin, and they used to chatter all day. Used to drive your mom crazy. I bet. They're not that loud though. That's the good thing about parakeets, you know, they're not all that loud in comparison to what Zazu is. He's a pretty loud little bird. Need to make that a little bit more prominent to show that, you know, he is in front of the leg. There we go. So I had them darker in the sketch, but here they're a lot lighter than the rest of the piece. Zazie is going through a rebel phase. You're not wrong. Exactly. The moths are adorable. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping they look like, you know, they bring that moonlight feel to it. Hello, Lapinu. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Let us see if we can add some more emphasis to some of these grasses with some of my pencils instead. How's your morning going, Lapinu? What are you up to? So that looks great. I just have one little complaint, and I reckon a little bit of faded, some of this faded will help me add what I need. We'll see. I just want some of those trees to have just a little bit more definition. So I'm gonna try and give them some. Mostly the ones in the front are what I want to deal with. Ones in the back don't matter all that much because they're working perfectly as they are. I need the gaps between the trees to be lighter, and the trees need to be darker. There we go. Oh my goodness, my hands are so messy. I need to be very careful not to smudge anything. There we go. Now the woods are looking a ton more defined, a ton better. So I'm really, really happy. That is a huge improvement, you know. Lots more depth now, which is good. Dr. Koenig, thank you so much for the resub. Hello, how are you doing? Is Charles streaming today? I hope so. Really appreciate that resub, Dr. Koenig. Thank you. You must be up pretty late. Lightboard, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Introduce yourself if you like. You're welcome. I'm glad to give to the arts. Well, your support means the world to me. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys have made so many things possible. From buying more prints, you know, buying more art materials, all kinds of different things. It's been a huge, huge help. You only hang out with 3 channels. I know, I'm so honored. So that would be me, Chloe, and Charles, right? I am so honored to have your company here. Well, this definition that I added to the trees, I feel like has definitely just brought the whole thing together. You know, before it just wasn't quite feeling like a fully finished painting. It just felt empty, I guess. So I am much happier with how it looks now. East Coast US, you just saw a few people pop up in the art category, saw what I'm currently working on, and wanted to come check it out. Well, thank you, Lightboard. Thank you for stopping by. We're pleased to meet you, and thank you for the follow. What are some of your favorite art streamers, Lightboard? Drop some names. I feel like this forest has morphed so much since we started it. It doesn't even look like the original anymore. It looks so, so different now, you know? But I think it's a good thing. It's definitely, it definitely looks a lot more defined, has a lot more depth. I'm much happier with it, so that's the case. It's great. Oh, it's your first time in the category. Normally you're here for World of Warcraft streamers. Well, welcome to the art category. I can assure you, it is one of the best places on Twitch. If you join our Discord and check out my Twitch recommendation channel, you will see all the different artists I love to hang out with, and they're all amazing. Really good at what they do. It's a great way to relax. Definitely. Glad to be one of your first experiences in the art category, though. You can name some of your favorite artists, though. Well, go ahead. I might know some of them. Thank you, Ren. Thank you, Appy. Well, you can see this side of the forest is looking a lot more like a forest than this side. So, huge improvement. Huge, huge, huge improvement. So, we're going to tackle the other side soon. This is going to be tricky. I might have to redo some of these moths because I reckon it's going to be too much hassle trying to work around them. So, sorry, moths, I'll redo you. All these songs make me think of Fallout 76 music. I don't know why. Just gives me that feeling that I'm, you know, walking through Appalachia in the game, and pretty funny. Because they don't relate at all, but I don't know, it gives me a deja vu moment. Daniel Wall and Lebo are two of your favorites that you've collected so far, partly because of your obsession with owls and just the amount of color in them. I actually haven't heard of either of those. Sounds really cool. If you want, you can join our Discord and share some of your favorite artists. I would love to have a deeper look. Would be really awesome. So how active is the World of Warcraft community still? Is it still fairly active, or has it kind of died down to just the hardcore fans? Lots more pointy little trees. I feel like I faded the left side out a little better than the right side, so I want to lighten up some of these in the top section. Need that beautiful depth. There we go. And then I can just add little highlights to certain areas. Well, that is a much better forest, guys. Much better. So we do still have a bit of a horizon problem, which is kind of unfortunate. So I reckon I'm gonna bring this this tree out a little forwards. Just so it doesn't look like, you know, one of that the left side doesn't start lower than the right side, so that'll really help. And we'll do the same for this one over here as well. There we go. Much better! That forest is looking so nice and defined now. Moss got eaten by the bat. Well, that's true, right? That's true. Well, there's been a big gap in releases at this point, so there is a good amount of players taking breaks until the next release, which still hasn't been announced yet. Okay. Well, I mean, at least it's still staying, you know, active and people are still keeping it going. So safe to post the paintings on your wall in art, or would I prefer it in a different space since it isn't your original artwork? Just say whose it is. I don't mind if you post it in art and it's not yours, that's totally fine. Yeah, inspiration, exactly. That's a great idea, Rin. Share it in inspiration, just credit the original artist so we know who it is. And yeah, that would be great. MSD, thank you for the follow. MS Star or MSD? Yes, it's MS Star. Okay. We need to add the little moth back, guys, because some of them have kind of vanished into that background. There we go. All of them happy again. I'm gonna add another one here as well. There we go. Tiny, happy little moths. Just look at them. They're so cute. So I'll just see if I can add a little bit more definition to some of these grasses, particularly the ones in the front. I just want those to be nice and obvious. You could do a little bit with the ones in the back as well though. There we go. So, shadow. I think the shadow needs to be slightly darker, and the graphite wasn't quite doing it, so we're gonna have to go with this and just slightly blend it in, because that is all I can do. Graphite's not gonna work for me over here. Well, there's been a big, oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, I already saw you. Sorry. Thought it was a new one. My chat is scrolling weirdly, so. It's 5 p.m. here. It is so late. We've gone for so long today, so. Well, not that long. It's almost 3 hours. I've done longer streams. I think yesterday I did a 3-hour stream or almost 4-hour stream. So we usually do go for longer, but today was finish this up drawing, and I didn't have much hope. I was like, don't worry about it. Just come online and have fun. You know, don't stress about making this masterpiece, because it probably is just not going to be a masterpiece. But I ended up being a lot happier with it in the end than I imagined I would be. So yeah, I pleasantly surprised myself. Nice when that happens. It looks fantastic. Thank you, Ren. Thank you so much. You love all the details I've added to the background. Well, thank you. I really am so surprised because the background was the one thing that bothered me the most. So yeah, I'm really, really so happy that that turned out to be okay. So I'm just gonna sign it. Real hard to see actually, but he's signed and he's happy, so we're all good. Okay, so of the things that I can still do, I reckon the only thing I'm keen to do is see if I can define his eyes a little bit better. So I need a little bit of gouache. And basically, I just want there to be more definition to his eyes. Good night, Obnomer. Thank you so much for following and for hanging around. We really enjoyed your company. What's my next painting going to be of? I'll show you. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on tomorrow. I was thinking to finish off the Humpty Dumpty piece. So I'll show you what I'm considering as my next painting, but it's going to be the next week. I won't be doing this week. But it's basically a picture of this little girl and her pet cat. And yeah, I just really, really love the way that her hair and his braids, sorry, his tail and her braids interact. So yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces. So I've been putting it off because I don't want to mess it up. But you can't put things off forever. So that is going to be for next week because tomorrow I'm either going to work on my oil painting or I'm going to do some more work on Humpty. And I think Humpty needs a lot more to be finished. So guys, I reckon we are done. Have a look at him. He is so cute. So his hair has a lot more detail now. His face has much more detail now. The little bat is finally visible. And we have all these little moths flying over the background. And I'm so happy with this background. Really, really happy. The colored pencils have definitely saved the day. So that is awesome. But yeah, I think it is time for us to raid somebody. So I'm going to have a look. If Charles is on, we'll raid him, but I don't think he'll be on. So no, it doesn't look like Charles is on at the moment. So we'll see who we can raid. Ren, do you have any good suggestions? Like maybe we can raid Chloe. We haven't raided her for so long, right? Thank you, Abby. I'm glad you think so. Hang on, I'm I'm missing things. Chloe or Anna? Hang on, is Anna the fan experiment? Why am I not following Aaron? Pretty sure I'm following. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Hang on, where's Anna? I really am keen to look at Anna's work actually. So I would really, really love to go look at her work. I'm guessing that's, is that sand experiment, Ren? Well, I reckon that's a good idea. Let us go over there. Raid Anna. Let us do that. Okay. I reckon that's a good idea. Cool, okay. Well, I haven't been to a stream in so long, so I'm really excited to give her a bit of a raid. Thank you for the follow, Adiba. Really appreciate that. You've just hit the end of the stream, so welcome. But we are about to raid, so if you guys can please follow us along. Appy and Rin will share some messages, some raid messages that we can all share when we visit Anna's channel. So we'd really appreciate if you guys could type that message in when we head over to her channel so she can know which of us have raided her, you know? It would be truly, truly awesome. I can never copy this. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I will get there. So let us raid. Tomorrow I will be streaming the same time, and I'm probably going to be working on my very detailed, very time-consuming Humpty Dumpty piece. So thank you guys, especially to my mods, Ren and Appy. I really appreciate all the support today. You guys really helped me hold down the fort. I don't know how I would do this without you. So really, really appreciate that. Let us raid. There we go. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.